What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Spider Cal. I'm gonna do this one last time. I uploaded a review twice already. Both time in my bus. I'm in between time on my routes right now. All my kids are delivered in school, so I got like a 4.5 hour break until I pick their badasses up to drop them back home. But we're talking about Justice League, so I'm gonna try this one last time to review Justice League, and hopefully it uploads it this time instead of whatever's been going on. Justice League, amazing movie. I thought it was an amazing movie. Um, I'm gonna give you my opinion about the movie. Uh, I watched. I want to let you guys know that I watched a few reviews from others, uh, non-spoiler reviews. Just I wanted to get like a gist of what other people were saying, how they felt about it. I never watched any review all the way through. I just like once I got like a general idea of what they felt about the movie, I was done because I wanted to I wanted to hear what other people are saying, then watch the movie and then cross reference what I felt with what I heard. Because I know there's like a stigma when it comes to the DC films for whatever reason. Like it seems like majority of people want to see the DC franchise fail as far as the movie goes, and see Marvel rise to the top. I'm a fan of both Marvel and DC. I lean more towards DC, but that doesn't mean if Marvel does a badass movie, I'm just gonna shit on it just because it's a Marvel movie I rep DC. I love comics. I love comics. I love manga. If you do a good job, you deserve credit for it. But Justice League was an awesome movie. The movie was really, generally about Steppenwolf. He was exiled from Apocalypse, and he tried to conquer planet Earth once before in the past. Was defeated by the forces of Earth, and he's now back, returned to Earth to gather all three mother boxes so they can conquer that planet Earth, and lift his exile sentence off so he can return back to the new gods, back to Apocalypse, to Darkseid. Um, the movie was great, man. Like what I enjoyed the most about the movie, honestly, was each character development. Every time they showed you a particular character and what's going on with that character, you enjoyed yourself. When you saw Wonder Woman kicking ass or doing whatever she's doing, you enjoyed yourself. When you watch Flash and whatever's going on with Flash, with his father, and you guys, those of you that know your shit, you know the lore of Flash and Barry Allen and all that. You enjoy yourself. Same thing with Aquaman. Jason Momoa, big fan of Jason Momoa. I wasn't when initially heard and saw the first pick of Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I'm gonna tell you, I was not a fan. I wasn't a fan. He just didn't look like the typical Aquaman. I'm happy that they changed the look of Aquaman, and how he acts and his mannerisms and stuff like that. He's cool now, like he's more relevant. You see what I'm saying? Um, Aquaman was awesome. Batman, even though Ben Affleck's not coming back, he don't want to do Batman anymore. Batman was great. And I'm perfectly fine with Ben Affleck not doing Batman. You need to get Scott Adkins in that role. I was screaming Scott Adkins before while they were screaming or announced Ben Affleck during the Batman v Superman movie. I was screaming Scott Adkins. Scott Adkins is Bruce Wayne Batman because he can fight. He looks good. He's in amazing shape on a regular because he wants to be in amazing shape. Um, he looks like he's Bruce Wayne, Batman. He like give him the role. Like why you guys won't give him the role? You stupid bitches. Like, oh, Hollywood fucking pisses me off, man. Give him the role. He is Batman, and he will do that character justice, especially when it comes to like the fighting scenes. Like in Bruce Wayne, I would like to see a Batman movie where after we see him represent and kick a little ass as Batman, as the story develops, see him as in Bruce Wayne, You know, he's Bruce Wayne down. Maybe someone like Deathstroke or whoever knows who he really is. And they're about to do battle. Maybe you got like some people, some minions there, you know, about to think they're about to whoop Bruce Wayne's ass. And you see Scott Adkins as Bruce Wayne fucking these people up. You know, some amazing, fighting sequence as Bruce Wayne. I think that'd be great. But the character development in this movie was spot on. I think they had a happy medium, in my opinion. I feel like they had a happy medium with some dark moments, some serious tone moments, some light and playful moments, and jokes and stuff like that. I feel like they had like a happy medium of all of those things. It wasn't just dark and brooding, throughout the whole movie. Everyone costume, the colors of everyone costume popped. It was brighter. I didn't agree when Joss Whedon took on the role as director for the movie. I didn't. I like him as a director, but at first I wasn't cool with it because I know how Zack works, or the kind of product he produces, when it comes to these movies. And watching the original trailers to the Justice League, it was much darker, like the scenery was much darker. And then after Whedon came on board and we saw a few more scenes, everything was brightened up. It was really light. And I didn't like it at first because I thought it was going to take away from the tone that Zack had planned for the movie. And I was like, oh man, he's going to come in. I thought Joss Whedon was going to come in and try to put a completely different tone, do a complete 360 for what Zack originally had planned for the movie. And I thought it was going to hurt the movie. But it was good. Like the movie was really bright and colorful. Superman's suit is finally bright. You could actually distinguish the blues and the reds and the yellows. I thought that was amazing. That was great. Same thing with Wonder Woman. Flash outfit looked. It was cool. Cyborg outfit. What they did with Cyborg is exactly what I said they was going to do. If those of you that's familiar with the animated movie Justice League War, where the Justice League they find each other in the midst of fighting off against Darkseid's forces, and in this one Darkseid come in trying to take over. You get a quick origin of Cyborg in the movie, and see how he's like in the beginning stages of his transformation. His armor is constantly mutating. Like you see him in one stage, and then like the shell off that will come off, and then after a while the way you see him is the way you see him, and then later on the armor like it mutates again to become more advanced. Like that's what they did at the end of Justice League. Like the way you see him in the trailers and stuff, that's what he is throughout the whole movie. And then at the end of the movie, because of the technology, the apocalyptic tech from the mother boxes, got him to enhance his armor even more. So now he looks exactly like the Cyborg from the comics. And I don't know if that's a little Joss Whedon, if that's Joss Whedon doing, or if that's Zack Snyder's doing. I kind of feel like that's Joss Whedon's doing, because when it comes to like directors from Marvel, for the most part, they're for the most part, I give them 80% true to the interpretation of comic book characters' looks and their outfits and stuff like, for the most part. So that's what I got out of seeing him, Cyborg. Finally, his armor looked exactly like the armor in the comics. I was so happy, and at the same time upset that they did that at the last minute, because I would like to see him in action looking like that. But something to look forward to in a solo movie and the next Justice League movie. Yeah, man, Superman was amazing. I'm glad they finally gave my man some love after the abomination that they did to him in Batman v Superman, killing him off. It was stupid, because you just eliminated potential solo Superman films. You could have did the death and return in one movie, or you could have did a death in one and return in the other. You could have did so much. Like you really shot yourself in the foot by doing that. But They brought my boy back, and man, they gave him love. He fucked up everybody. He whooped everybody's ass in this. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. He whooped up the Justice League's ass, everybody in the league. He whooped Steppenwolf's ass. You know, and whoever was rolling with Steppenwolf. Superman came back in this bitch, fucking up everybody. Like, look, let me let y'all niggas know. I might have been dead, but I still run. I'm still more powerful than the rest of y'all motherfuckers. I'm still running this bitch up in here. Y'all can't fuck with me, you know. Steppenwolf trying to take over. All right, quick summary. Steppenwolf trying to take over. Bruce and Diana is preparing for the invasion because of Bruce's dream from Batman v Superman. They're both preparing for the invasion. They're trying to recruit these other metahumans, Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, and at the same time of them trying to recruit these people, Batman is, you know, he's guilt written from Superman dying in Batman v Superman. He feel like it's his fault, which in my opinion, I think it is his fault. You know, if he took the time to listen to Superman in the first place, you know, they wouldn't even fall. You know, he could have kept those kryptonite grenade shells for Doomsday and that spear for Doomsday, where Superman wouldn't have to even touch the shit. You know, give it to Batman, give the spear to Wonder Woman. You know. And y'all killed the damn thing. You know, maybe Superman lay a couple of haymakers on Doomsday after Batman shoot a couple of grenades at his ass. You know, and he inhales the kryptonite. You know, Superman comes in with a haymaker or two, and then maybe Wonder Woman throws a spear like a spear. You know, go through his body. Won't have to fly to him. Like, she should have had the spear. She's the Amazon. You know, but I digress. Whatever. I'm so upset about that. But anyway, so yeah, Batman, he's obsessed with Superman. The whole world is in turmoil and really going crazy because Superman died. You know, I was a little taken back about how everyone is like praising and mourning over Superman as if like we've seen Superman films for like the past 10 years, like Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, or something like that. You know, I would have, if it was a situation like Robert Downey Jr., where Henry Cavill had like at least 3 or 4 solo Man of Steel films under his belt, where in those stories he's developing an ongoing relationship and love with the citizens of Earth and other people that he saves, I would have taken the way they was portraying in Justice League, how everyone was so distraught and hurt about, you know, Superman dying. But in like Man of Steel and Batman and Superman, people still didn't know how to gauge Superman. They were just like hoping really that this dude doesn't try to fuck everyone up, you know. But they were still very much afraid of Superman, having news meetings. They was calling him into like the conference room or whatever to like have like this hearing to make sure he's a friend, not a foe. Like nobody knew how to take him. But as soon as he died, everybody's, oh, Superman, all this memorabilia and all this other bullshit. You know, like I couldn't swallow that part of the movie. Same thing with Batman. Like bro, like Batman was so butthurt, like he didn't know what to do. And I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, you just tried to kill this nigga in the last movie. And Justice League, basically, they don't state how far from the death of Superman, from Batman v Superman, like from what time frame from Justice League starting, where did that pick up from the point of where Batman v Superman ended? Did they give you a time frame? But it seemed like it was really short, like almost like immediately after he died. You know, maybe like 2 weeks, I would say, after he died. But Batman's so butthurt over, you know, his death and feels guilty and shit. And I wasn't swallowing that too much either, but like, because they was trying to portray like they was such close friends. And he's just so hurt that his friend is dead and he failed him and all that kind of stuff. Again, if it was something like Tony Stark, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., and Chris Evans, Captain America. If Captain America was to die during Civil War, if he had got shot, that's something I would have done in the movie. I would have made it appear that Captain America is dead in Civil War, kind of like the same thing what they did in the comics. Captain America surrendered. He surrenders, and they about to take him into custody. He's handcuffed and he gets shot, you know, in front of everybody, you know, and they end it, you know, how you say it? Relatively, I can never say that word. You know, they end it, you know, shortly after that, him gets shot. And then a movie after that takes place, Robert Downey Jr. talk about how much of an inspiration Captain America was, how he gave people hope, you know, he was the heart of the team, stuff like that. I will feel that because of what we've seen and been through with this character, Captain America, in the solo movies, in the Avengers movies, same thing with Robert Downey Jr., and their character developments as far as like their friendship, their relationship are concerned, you know, because Iron Man, even in the comics, like Iron Man and Captain America have like a love-hate type relationship, you know, like they basically hate to love each other, you know, but they, both of them, if they feel like either one is wrong, it doesn't matter, like they're quick to step on the front lines and, you know, and defend, you know, whoever or whatever against, you know, each other if they feel like, you know, it's just. But so like that Batman, he's really butthurt over Superman. I just wasn't really buying that. He was so butthurt that they grabbed a mother box, and I was right. I told you guys. I'll say like 85% of what I told you my theory was came true. Batman was obsessed with Superman, so obsessed that he confiscated the Kryptonian tech to the Genesis Matrix. But what was different from my theory was he did all that. He dug up the body, which was kind of like supernatural Sam and Dean type shit. It was a little awkward. It was a little supernatural-ish Sam and Dean type feel when it was digging up Superman's body and having like conversations. Cyborg was like, yeah, whatever, you know, nope, I don't feel weird. And you know, Flash with the joke saying like, you know, this is really fucked up. You know, I'm having a fucked up time right now. You know, like I got that supernatural feel when I was watching them dig up the grave. You know, it was a little awkward, eerie feel to that scene. But they dug up Superman, brought him to the Kryptonian ship, dunked him in the Genesis Matrix, and they couldn't power the ship, so they had to use Flash, Speed Force to power the mother box. At the same time, when the mother box touched the liquid of the Genesis Matrix to resurrect Superman, and Cyborg let them know that, you know, the mother box have the power to bring people back to life. And Batman was like, yo, we need to go get Superman right now. And Wonder Woman was like, you know, fuck that shit. Like, we just got through getting our ass kicked by Doomsday. Like, look what Lex Luthor did with General Zod's body creating Doomsday. Like, what if we do the same shit and he wakes up and kills our asses? You know, Superman's like, oh, we need to take the risk. You know, like, you know, we need to do the damn thing. You know, get this dude. You know, Batman and Wonder Woman threw a couple of shots at each other. Batman threw a Stephen Trevor shot at Wonder Woman that caused Wonder Woman kind of like push him a little bit. You know, punked him. You know, he couldn't do shit like he wanted to, but he couldn't do anything. She punked him and shoved him a little something. What else? Oh, man, what? So yeah, she didn't want to do it because she was afraid of what might happen. You know, if he doesn't remember himself, or if he tries to attack him or attack the world, you know, what we're gonna do? We can't stop him. And they really couldn't stop him because when they woke him up, I'm still kind of confused. Like, I'm kind of chalking it all up with he didn't know who he was right away. He just woke up from death, and he punched a hole, like he flew through the roof of the Kryptonian ship, and he's like levitating in, like, you know, dress pants, no top on, in the air. Then he lands in front of his monument where his statue used to be in Batman v Superman, and it seems like he's trying to process everything, but it wasn't happening fast enough because they're Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg. They arrive on the scene, and Superman's looking at him, and he's looking at him, and while he's looking at him, he's getting enraged. And I don't know if it's because of the apocalyptic tech that created Cyborg, combined with the same tech that helped bring Superman back, was a factor of Cyborg attacking Superman. And it wasn't Cyborg, it wasn't Victor Stone himself attacking Superman. It was Cyborg's armor. Just like in the comics or the cartoons with Blue Beetle, his Beetle is a sentient being. Like, it has its own mind and everything. And at any given time, if it wants to, it'll create weapons and attack a person they feel is dangerous to them and their host on their own. And even if their host trying to stop them, like, it will be, it'd be for naught, because, like, if as soon as the sentient being itself feel like they're in danger, they're going to, do what's necessary. And that's what happened with Cyborg. And they didn't touch enough on that. Cyborg armor reacted to Superman. And I don't know if it's like Superman got a little bit of that apocalyptic, I don't know, energy or something inside of him because he was resurrected. That's why Cyborg's armor was reacting like that. But his armor automatically turned to a cannon, shot at Superman and missed, and then the fight started, and Superman was fucking up everybody. Like, he one-shotting Aquaman, one-shotting Wonder Woman several times, one-shotting Cyborg and tossing Cyborg and shit. There was even a scene where he was going toe to toe with Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman was like, don't make me do this, Cal. Like, threatening Superman like she has a chance against Superman. So she tried to do that armband, Sonic Blast, whatever that bullshit is. Superman zipped up, and caught her arm before she was able to do it. Separate that shit, headbutted her ass, yo. And then she would try to go head up, headbutt him back, and Superman reached his head back, came back in front of her like, bitch, took her up in the air, then headbutted her ass back again down to the ground, making a small little crater. Like, bitch, sit your ass down. This is Superman, nigga. What you think this is? You ain't as strong as me, nigga. What? You know what I'm saying? And then all three of them, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Flash, they all try to gang up on him at the same time, trying to hold him or whatever, but it wasn't working. It wasn't working. And when all three of them grabbed him, you got Flash trying to flank him from around or from behind. And they showing Flash's real time or Speed Force time as he's running. And then he's watching Superman, and Superman's able to keep up with his movement. He's seeing him the whole time. He's watching him. And you ought to see the expression on Flash's face when he realized that Superman is fast enough to spot him. He's fast enough to watch his movements and to counter whatever it is he's trying to do. And that's what happened. As soon as Flash got Flash got too close, too fast to stop. Because he realized, like, all right, this dude is fast and he's fast enough to catch me, But it was too late. He couldn't stop. So Superman threw the other three, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg, and swung at Flash, and each swing, like, it was like they had like a high speed battle real quick. Like, Flash couldn't throw anything at him, he was just dodging, and Superman was just throwing mad blows at Flash. And they was doing like this high speed fight. The rest of the league didn't even touch the ground yet. Before Superman like had Flash hemmed up into a corner, to a point where it looked like he was about to whoop Flash ass, and it looked like right when he was about to put the coup de grace on Flash's ass, doing that Speed Force battle, or that super speed battle, Batman shows up. Superman's like, I remember you, and he zips over there to Batman. Wonder Woman trying to stop him. He muffs Wonder Woman, should sit your ass down. Got Batman by the throat. And he's like, damn, nigga, you won't let me live. Like, you won't let me die. And Batman was like, the world needs Superman. And Superman's like, yeah, but it don't need you. And I thought he was going to kill him, yo. I was like, oh, shit, Superman going to kill Batman. I'm like, yeah, kill his ass. For all the Bat fans that think Batman can fuck with Superman, show him what's up when you got an angry Superman that don't give a fuck. How quick that shit would end. Like, come on, man. Like, Superman muffed all of them. But Batman, he called in Lois, and it seemed like Superman like snapped out of it once his baby showed up, and she was just like, just fly us out of here, fly us out of here. And he took Lois, zipped out of there back to Kansas. You know, they talked for a little bit, whatever. Superman seemed like he was cool. You know, Aquaman felt like, well, Superman's crazy now. You know, we can't depend on him. We need to just do this ourselves and have an honorable death in trying to save the world. So that's what they basically did. You know, the last battle scene, they fight the forces of Steppenwolf's parademons, you know, kicking ass, a lot of great moments. And then once they made it to Steppenwolf's, a lot of great more scenes and fighting scenes and moments and stuff like that. And then Superman showed up, whoops the shit out of Steppenwolf's ass. I mean, stomps the hell out of Steppenwolf, whoops his ass. Superman got a lot of shine in this. Nobody was able to fuck with him in this one. Like, you couldn't fuck with Superman in this one. The only gripe I have about Henry Cavill Superman is when he was in the Superman outfit, he looked weird as fuck. And you would notice that, like, as soon as the movie started, because that's the first face you see. They CGI because Henry Cavill doing the Mission Impossible bullshit. You know, they had a CGI the mustache out of there. He looked so weird. I hated it. I did not like it whatsoever. Whenever he had the suit on, he looked weird. But when he was in, like, regular clothing or whatever, after shortly being resurrected, he looked fine. He looked like Henry Cavill. You know, so you could tell that all the scenes that had Superman in his suit, those was the reshoots, or part of the majority of the reshoots was Henry Cavill in the Superman suit. He reshot everything that had Henry Cavill in the Superman suit in, and we didn't see the black suit. And I'm wondering, like, why the fuck did Henry Cavill tease that? You know, like, is that more shit that we didn't cut out? Like, I disagree with, I understand that Zack had to, you know, take care of his family. I'm not disputing that. I just disagree with Whedon jumping on board and changing his work. Because there's a lot of shit we didn't see. Like, we didn't see the scene where Alfred was like, he said you will come, so let's hope you're not too late. We didn't see that. We didn't see the scene where a random tank or some kind of army SUV, I think it was a tank though, was like flying towards the cop, that's the original Jimmy Olsen from the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. And Cyborg, you know, like, tackling it like he was a football player and talking about, you should probably move. We didn't see that scene. We didn't see the scene where Cyborg, his whole face went metallic. You know, we just put armor around his whole face and everything. We didn't see that scene. Like, there's a lot of great shit. We didn't see where they was shooting at, where Parademon was shooting at Flash, and he was like zip, zip, zip behind a Parademon, and it looked like he hit him or something, and he like crashed into him. We didn't see that. We didn't see a lot of stuff, man. We didn't see a lot of stuff. We didn't see the scene where Wonder Woman flips from on top of, well, it's now the ending fight scene with Steppenwolf. She's like, she flips off somewhere up top and lands in front of Aquaman and Cyborg. And we're like, shall we? We didn't see that. We didn't see the scene where Lois meets Clark in the cornfield after Clark is resurrected. And he's like, I guess I take that as a yes. And she was like, what? Like, the ring. There's a lot of shit we missed. Like, he cut to, like, I still love the movie, but this movie could have been amazing. It could have been even more amazing. Excuse me. It's amazing. It could have been even more. It could have been over the top. They shouldn't have cut the scenes. You know, I really want to see Zack Snyder's complete, untainted vision of Justice League. You know, even with Darkseid in it. Steppenwolf, he's not really a character to remember. I think they should have put Darkseid in it, because now the direction, they kind of like stepping out the direction of like Darkseid and Invasion and Apocalypse and stuff. Because at the end, the post credits, Deathstroke, he released Lex Luthor from prison, and he's like, you know, we ought to start our own league. Like, they brought back Superman. Let us start our own league. You know, hinting towards the Legion of Doom. So I'm assuming most likely the next Justice League movie, which I don't expect to be one till like 2021, 2022, you know, will be, you know, about the Legion of Doom, you know, unless they change it up or something. That was the last post-credit scene. The post-credit scene before that was Superman and Flash doing the race. They was racing. I thought that was an awesome scene. Easter egg to the past comics, and how playful Superman was with Flash when he showed up to help them fight Steppenwolf. Flash was racing to help some civilians, and Superman was right next to him, zipped up to my slowpoke, and Flash was like, "Oh, it's on now." And he's like, "You go that way, I go this way," and they zipped in the opposite direction. That was hot. That was hot. And they did a little bit of the glowing red speed stream that Superman does when he's flying real fast, and they show you like it looked like energy stream with the colors of his outfit going. That was hot. I enjoy that. It was a good movie, man. It definitely has its problems. The movie, the main problem, in my opinion, of the movie is the fact that Whedon was on board. Whedon changed up a lot of stuff, and he took out a lot of scenes that would have made you would appreciate what you did see a lot better if they left certain scenes still in the movie. It was just like in Batman v Superman. I enjoyed Batman v Superman, but a lot of the scenes took me off. I didn't understand it. It didn't make sense because they had scenes that they took out from the movie that you needed to see so you can appreciate what took place, later on down the line in the movie. And you couldn't appreciate it because they cut that shit out and you didn't know what was going on. And you couldn't even appreciate it until after you saw the director's cut. When you saw the director's cut, then you saw scenes that was supposed to be in the movie. It was like, oh, that's what. And Henry Cavill has so much more dialogue, as Clark Kent. I don't know why they didn't use his footage. It was all great stuff. It was great stuff and made the movie amazing to me. So I don't agree with. I think DC need to get their head out of their asses in the sense of stop worrying about how many times a day people are able to go see the movie. Put out a 2.5 or whatever movie. Worry about your product. Produce great product. And it's not going to matter how many times a day people are going to see it, because if it's amazing, people are going to go see it. They're going to make a point to go see it. Stop, worry about the end game. Don't worry about the short term. Worry about the long term. Produce an awesome, amazing DC movie from start to finish. Stop worrying about, time frame and, if we release it at 2.5 hours, people ain't going to be able to see it but twice a day versus 3 or 4 times a day. So what? They still going to come. They're still going to come. You know what I'm saying? That's going to make sure that your ticket sales are sold out each and every time. That's why Marvel is winning. They don't worry about shit like that. Marvel does stuff like, if this movie feels like or sounds like it should be 2.5 hours or more, it's going to be. If this movie seems like or feels like it should be 1.5 hours, then it's going to be. Like Thor Ragnarok. We don't need a 2-hour movie for Thor Ragnarok. It was 1.5 hours, and I was fulfilled. I was happy with that movie. It was a great movie. But this movie here, Justice League, it should have been a 2.5-hour movie. Easy. We missed a lot, but it wasn't so much where I couldn't appreciate the movie and I didn't know what's going on. Same thing with people that don't know about the lore of DC and these characters. They cut out certain scenes that was still important to see, but not the way they did with Batman v Superman, where you had no idea, what was going on, what they had planned. You just lost. You're not lost during the movie. But I'm looking forward to the director's cut, because I know the director's cut is gonna make the movie even better. So that's my review, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. I apologize for sounding sick or if I misinterpret a few things. I was kind of trying to rush through this review the third time around because I did it twice already. Leave your comments down below. Please give me a like. Let me know if anything I said on the video was either wrong or, just give me some comments down below. Vibe with me. I love talking about comic book movies and Easter eggs and future scenarios. All right? And I'll holler at you guys later. See you at the next review. Peace out, y'all.